My Time at Sandrock is finally out on console and I'm so excited. Being the sequel to My Time at Portia, this is a farming life sim developed by Pathia and is now available on not just PC, but PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. The story here is that you start the game having just moved to Sandrock looking for a fresh start. You'll take up the role as a builder, and as another builder in town is retiring, you'll get his workshop where you can build, craft, farm, and care for animals. Starting off, you'll do some general commissions where you'll build and fix some items as requested by the various NPCs around town, but it doesn't take long for the town to experience some issues involving water and some pesky bandits. You and some other builders will be tasked to help out with this, and as the story develops, you'll begin putting some pieces together about who might be behind the issues and how the bandits are connected. My Time at Sandrock has a very similar direction to the first game, just with a new set of characters, new drama, and a new setting. Overall though, I found the story here much more interesting and a big step up from Portia. Being the sequel to a much loved and successful game, My Time at Sandrock has taken all the great elements from My Time at Portia, but expanded beyond that to make this awesome, addictive, and epic new game. It's safe to say this one is a big thumbs up from me. Again, the game sort of focuses on you and your workshop where you'll take on commissions and use various machines to craft and deliver these. While you'll recognize many of the same elements, the biggest difference here is the new area you now find yourself in. Instead of a town surrounded by grassy meadows, you'll now be smack bang in the middle of the desert. Because of this, you'll experience some pretty fierce sandstorms, find different plants and animals, you won't have access to an abundance of wood, and you'll need to deal with water shortages. As there is this change in resource availability, there is an impact on what machines you'll use, giving you some of the old classics along with new varieties such as dew collectors, recyclers, and more. Alongside this, you'll find a new sort of farming system, which honestly I am not a fan of. It's clunky, difficult to use, and just put me off the whole thing. You'll need to use a tool that will kind of put you into this farming mode to be able to do farming tasks. So if you simply want to water a plant, you'll need this tool on hand to access the menu to then water it. Just a poor design in my opinion. You'll now have additional customization options for your workshop, so on top of adding decorations and choosing the placement for all of your machines, you can now customize your workshop. Not unsimilar to The Sims, you can now place foundations, color the walls, change the roof, add windows, and more. It was very difficult to use during the first stages of early access, but I am so happy to see that they updated it as they went and have made it very user-friendly now. Moving on, and if there's one thing this game really nailed, it's the characters. There's a whole new cast of interesting characters that you'll get to know, each with their own personalities and stories, and some absolutely amazing voice acting.
We all knew you were faking.
They've definitely upped their game in this department. I had many laugh out loud moments in this game. Some of these characters are just golden. In this really alive and organic way, these characters feel genuine, they feel real, and they make you want to get to know them. You'll find them wandering around town, chatting to people, doing their own thing, and going back home at the end of the day. They'll participate in town events, you'll find some of them out exploring the desert, and again, the voice acting. Amazing. Even the town events here have improved. As you get closer to an event, you'll see the town slowly transform as it's decorated more and more each day. New fun events include a hide and seek sort of game for Halloween, dance-offs, and more. All of this makes the town feel so alive and like you're part of an actual community. I've never been fond of a desert setting in any game, and I know a lot of people are a bit hesitant on this one because of that, but they have done such a good job. It's still interesting to explore as you come across old ruins and see interesting buildings in the distance, plus you'll find several areas such as the town itself, a vast desert across the cliffs, and some old abandoned facilities hidden down in the valleys. Similar to Portia, be prepared for an incredibly grindy game, as you need to constantly go hunting for resources to use to craft items for your commissions and to create builds necessary to progress through the story. Combat has also seen some improvements with new weapons and controls, but in the same kind of dungeon crawler system as the last game. A big part of this series also involves mining for minerals, as you use a jetpack to navigate some ruins to locate minerals to use in your crafting. I'm gonna say I do prefer the older system, as some changes in this game have you needing to move from room to room to try and locate minerals, whereas in the previous game you kind of just searched a giant cavern and could easily get the resources you need. As the game is already super grindy, it kind of just added this extra level of grindiness that I didn't feel it particularly needed. This game to me is just an excellent example of taking a well-loved game and building on it in almost every aspect to deliver a game that has all the same great elements but is just on this next awesome level. Also, I did want to note that as of now, I've currently got about 85 hours into this game, so lots of content here. So clear as day, one of the biggest improvements to this game has to be the graphics. Portia's graphics were okay, but sizing and many of the features kind of felt a bit off, but that has all been addressed in this game. And considering the setting being a desert, it's surprisingly a very beautiful game. The user interface has also been improved a lot, with better inventory, crafting menus, and quest logs. My time at Sandrock is a great addition to the series. I found that almost every single aspect has been improved, and the game just feels so loved and like a real passion project. I've put a good 85 hours in here. There is just so much to do, a great story to experience, an interesting land to explore, and some great characters to get to know. Couldn't recommend this one more. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!